movie, make them all believe.
Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, kids and adults, it's another episode of House of Action, man. I'm your main host, D-Jack 101, the walking 60-yard home run hitter, most in NFL history. Yeah, I said it. I got my brother, my main man. He got a whole lot of Delaware State stuff on, man. Clinton Portis, man. Hey, man, Thursday night football. It wasn't the NFL, but it was college football, and we was at a familiar sight, man. Lincoln Financial Field, man. Let's talk about Thursday night, man. The battle of the legends, HBCU football, man. Let's talk about it, CP. I'm throwing it to you.
Man, it was a great time, man. First off, I would like to tip my hat off to you. I think for you all to make that game happen at the link, the experience that the kids got from it, the experience that the fans got, the support that we got as a staff, as a organization, to have 48,000 come out and support us under the lights. Sloppy game, but victorious. We knew we were going to get their best shot with them having the record that they have. This was like their Super Bowl, and for us to walk away from that game victorious was the biggest thing. But the thing I wanted to highlight was we talked about as a team going into the house that Jack built. We talked about it as a team, and how was it to finally get carried off the field in your first game as a head coach at the link? The team horsed you up. How did that feel?
Man, honestly, man, it was a surreal moment, man. It was a it's crazy because we talk about all these moments being in familiar situations and kind of predicting things. And this moment right here, I don't think I could have ever predicted to say DeSean Jackson, the player, the legend, the future Hall of Famer, would have been carried off the Lincoln Financial Field as a head coach, winning the HBCU game, the Battle of the Legends, man. So, I mean, I know we talked about it all week. Coach Nemo, challenged our guys to say, man, let that be the first time Coach Jack gets carried off the field, man. And we held it up, man. But, just going back, man, it's hard because, you got 7 games before this game right here that was circled. And we all knew, as much as we didn't want to disrespect any other opponent, we knew how big October 30th was, D-Jack versus Michael Vick at the link. And, for me, man, I think our guys was, I wouldn't say blinded by the lights. I think the lights kind of, had them
They
spooked a
were
little bit.
excited for the
Yeah,
stage.
they was overexcited, and I just, with a short week, this is our first time of the season having to play a game within like 3 or 4 days of rest and the turnaround. So, I was harping on that, man, because I just feel like we didn't put our best ball out. But, anytime you win a game in college football, man, is definitely a great way to go out. But I just want to tip off my hat to Michael Vick as well too, man. He's doing a great job over there. And I don't think his record, is giving him the glimpse and glamours that he deserves, because, he had them boys ready to play, man. They was up, and, that was a tough battle fight for us. But and all that saying, Philadelphia, man, we appreciate you, man. Wherever everybody was from, Baltimore, Morgan State. I mean, I just seen the HBCU classic culture, man. It was like people that wasn't even Delaware State or no Norfolk fans was supportive of that game, man. And to be able to come out there when we knew it was gonna be raining, when we knew we was gonna have precipitation, like, I'm like, the weather's gonna blow it. I'm like, people not, how black folks is, man. When it's rain, I ain't getting my hair wet on, with my outfit wet. So for me, man, it was just an honor to be able to come out there, man. I can remember us coming out pregame and walking through the tunnel, man. The blue lights, the music, man. Like, everybody's like, man, it was hard, bro. So, I just say, man, hopefully we can continue to do things like that, man. Uplift the community, bring everybody together and support it. But overall success, like you said, 48,000 people there and cheering us on, man. So it was a great experience.
So the big question that everybody wants to know, it wasn't that you just explained. Did you cry?
No, I ain't cry, bro. I ain't gonna
Yes, you
lie, I didn't
did.
cry.
You was crying in the
I
lot.
ain't, cause CCP he wanna do all that. I ain't, look, man, I'm not a cry. It's hard for me to cry. You know what I'm saying? I done been through everything, man. I done been through the fire. I ain't cried, bro, but it was definitely emotional. I just think I was just so, like, I didn't want to lose that game, man. Like, off of everything, and it was a tough game. I was just like, man, we gotta win this dang game. And I'm just looking up, and like, we couldn't get clicking, man. It was just like, time at a time, it was like we couldn't get clicking. So I'm like, man, we gotta win this damn game.
We know you wanted to win. On everybody who was watching on TV was like, when they zoom in on Michael Vick, he calm, cool, collected. When they zoom in on D-Jack, it's like he about to have a heart attack. He about to blow a gasket. Again, we done discussed this on air. Lee, stop talking to the referees. Stop walking down the entire game. I'm sitting over here thinking like, bro, Jack, Jack gonna make me lose it. Like you're you're so into the game, you're so invested as a head coach into the game that I don't even think you realize the entire time you have a conversation on the microphone.
Mhm.
You're having a conversation every play. You're having a conversation, and I'm not even OC, so I know Coach Nemo, Coach Black. I know they have to be like, Jack, you come over here and call these damn plays. How about that?
I don't know if you remember in the hey, it was a point that game. I said, "Hey man, you want me to take it over?" Hey boy, I was like, "Hey man, you want me to take it over? Cause we don't
Uh,
seem like we got an answer for this shit. So let me know. I got it." But
we
not. Go ahead.
we had the answers. So what we needed more than the answers, what we needed more than anything was to come away from that game victorious, which we did. I think it was a huge week to highlight Dell State, highlight yourself in Dell State. And coming on campus before the game, we had first take on campus. How big do you think that was for the culture?
Man, I was gonna talk about First Take, man. First Take was first time ever, man. ESPN First Take has been here. Stephen A. Smith, Cam Newton. Man, it was huge, man. That was a blessing as well too because them kids was there like 6:45 in the morning, man, and we I didn't have to be there till like 10, and then you came on at like 11, so it was just like it was crazy because when I got there, it was riled up, man. We had the football team, we had all the sports, we had the mayor, we had the president. I'm like, boy, they came out, and to be honest, Stephen A was like, man, this is the most lit crowd we've had, man, and that speaks numbers, man, for us to show up and show out like that here in Delaware, man, and just to score. I think that everything that's leading up to that game, man, kind of just really, had the players like that's why I kept telling the players, man, like, don't let these distractions, affect the game, man. Because at the end of the day, all this stuff is cool. We got all these visibility, all these lights on us, but at the end of the day, we still got to go play a football game. But for me, man, like to see the smiles, man, and the energy of everybody on this campus, man, like it was legendary, man, what we was able to do and what we was able to accomplish, man. So for me, it was a success for sure all week, man. We had Good Morning America on Thursday. The morning of the game, I had to wake up at 6 in the morning, like, so it was just like, sheesh. I'm like, man, can we just get to the game?
But the excitement from the week, like what was the high point of that week being that you had so much on your schedule? What would you say, like, this is the point you got a chance to sit back, reflect, and say, man, you know what? This is special.
I think the high point or the highlight of that whole week, man, was really just allowing the kids, man, to get around an NFL facility, right? An NFL stadium. We had a chance to go down to Novacare and practice the day before the game at where the Eagles practice every day, right? Then after that, the day of the game, them young men got to go into locker rooms, the NFL locker room, man, where some of their eyes and I could see them like taking videos. They like, man, damn, that's what an NFL locker. I'm like, yeah, man, I've been here 8 years of my career I spent right here. You know what I'm saying? So it's just really just to see the excitement. I mean, they was like in disbelief, man. Like, we was able to like put something like them. You gotta think these young men is gonna remember this for the rest of their life. So I just feel like, somewhat of accomplished, even though we still have a lot more to accomplish in the season. I feel accomplished because I feel like I did justice and did something right for these young men and put smiles on their face. Man, I wanna, what I do want to talk about, man, because we had on two different fits, but I think we both put that shit on, man. So I want to talk about your suit, and obviously I'm gonna talk about my fit, but we gonna go to you first because you was building this up. You was suited and booted, bro.
Yeah, man, the kids, the running back group, Jayden Jenkins, brought it up and like 2 weeks prior was like, Coach, we gotta do something special for the Eagles game. And I'm like, I'm with whatever you all come up with. So it was like, we all gonna wear suits. So
Mhm.
of course, last minute because we don't get out in time to find a store. So last minute, like 2 nights before the game, I find a suit store, get my suit tailored up, everybody ended up coming through. And when I walked in, like I looked at two suits. That was the second suit I looked at. I'm like, that's the one. That's the one that's gonna make a statement. That color, everything. I knew no one else was gonna do it. So for me to see my backs, it was like we're going to handle business and we're going to be business oriented. So for us to take the pictures that we took, to have that experience just as a team, and normally we come in sweatsuits. It was just one of those moments where we looked around like, man, we can get used to this. I might start back popping off and
Putting that shit on.
getting fly. Yeah, like, man, it's so comfortable to just wear athletic leisure gear. So for me, I'd rather be comfortable with whatever I'm doing. I can get in a restaurant with a jogging suit on. So but I felt good, man. I felt confident looking at my guys. I knew they were ready. It was just like one of those proud moments, like this is it. Like we're on our way to doing something special.
Definitely, man. Let's talk about the all red unis real quick, man. We had the red helmets, we had the all red unis. I mean, the alumni, that's their original Delaware State jerseys and helmets, man. And like, I remember all the alumni, like, man, thank you for bringing back them helmets, because I think the last year's coach, when he put the blue on there, like, even though it's our colors, they wanted the original colors, man. So that all red was looking spicy, bro. What you feel about all red?
It was, man. It was a good idea. I told you when I seen the helmets, I was like, yeah, that's tough. I almost put a helmet on and just stood out there with it, And I'm trying to figure out, like, damn, how we get red helmets that quick? Like, well,
Yeah.
I'm thinking y'all done spent some money. Then I realized it was just a piece of cover up.
Yeah.
But it was
Nah,
tight
for
though. It was
sure.
dope. It looked good. I thought
Yeah.
the kids looked good, and that always changed the energy of the team. Like for you to
Mhm.
switch up the uniforms and kind of get their input, it gives a different energy because like the little photo shoots y'all do, the promotional stuff that you all do prior. Like I think that excites the kids as well, where it put them in a position to say, "Hey, man, you know what? We got to step it up."
Yeah, for sure, man. Hey, look, stay tuned this week, man. We this dropping on Thursday, so Friday, y'all pay very close attention, man. We got something special for y'all this week with our jerseys. Elk and Chevy on the field. It's all about speed, performance, and getting the dub. Off the field, I expect the same. That's why I love Chevy and Elkins. Chevrolet, located on Route 73, South in Morrilton, New Jersey. They're fast, on the deal, and strong on the price.
Whether it's a brand new Silverado, a Traverse for the family, or a quality pre-owned ride, the team at Elkins treats you like an MVP.
Don't waste time anywhere else. Go to Elkins Chevrolet. Together, let's drive. Visit elkinchevrolet.com. Tell them your boy D-Jack sent you. Yeah, you know it. D-Jack sent you.
Finally, the comfort I've been looking for. I got it. Couldn't wait to find it. Now I finally found it. The fit, even better. So I have fit, I have comfort. Can't get enough? Yeah, me neither. I'm tired of shopping. Shopping for underwear? No longer. No more. I'm not going. How does he look? Perfect. That's what I hear every time I look at myself in the mirror. I say, woo, 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 woo. I don't want my underwear to roll. I have thunder thighs. Yes, thunder thighs, package, thunder package as well. But I don't want my underwear rolling. I need them to fit. When I walk, when I talk, I don't want to worry about fixing them. So I don't have to. Skims got me right. You have the time to shop SKIMS Men at skims.com. Let them know House of Action sent you. After you place your order, select podcast in the survey and select House of Actions in the drop down menu that follows.
Moving on to the NFL, man. We got some hot teams, man. Hot topics, hot topics, hot topics. Man, Dan Quinn, man, what is he doing in that instance, man, where you have a star quarterback that just been dealing with injuries twice this year? This kid has dealt with injuries already, man. And you in the game, it's 38, 36 to 7, less than 7, 8 minutes. I mean, what is Dan Quinn thinking to have your star quarterback in the game in a sense that's meaningful? Like, it doesn't mean nothing. Meaningless, not meaningful, meaningless moment. Like, and then you have your star quarterback go down, man, dislocate your elbow. That injury looked bad, man. I need your takes on this. Come on, CP.
Well, for me, looking at that injury and let's hope that he gets good news after the MRI and once this information comes out that it's nothing that's gonna, linger. So when I look at this situation, it was a question I wanted to ask you as a head coach. When do you make that decision to pull your star guys? Even the better take would be if you're on the winning side of this, if you're the team that's up 38-7, when do you pull your star guys? And often we see as players, you like, man, we're getting embarrassed, we're getting beat. Like, I'm not letting my team down. I'm gonna go out here and fight. I'm gonna show you I have the grit. And I would think that was five mindset at the time. Like, I'm going out here to compete. We're on the 5 yard line. I'm gonna get in the end zone. Like, I'm not a quitter. I'm not backing down. I'm not stepping down for my team. But as a coach, you have to know what's best. And I think Dan Quinn in that moment, because now that we look at that moment, gotta come and say, you know what? It's 38-7. Uh, we lost this one. But we
Right.
just seen Denver come back and put up 30 in the fourth quarter. We just
Sure.
seen Denver 3 weeks ago come and have an amazing fourth quarter and win the game. So just as a coach, you gotta know when your team is knocking on the door and like, boy, this thing could turn around. If we just score right here, maybe we got a special onside kick or we got a way to get back because they scored 31 points. So did the other team kind of, let's run the time off the clock, let's get out of here, or did it go the defense stepped it up and found something and had something going in the second half? So you have to look at that so many ways. For me, of course, hindsight, you're looking saying, "Man, we should have got 5 out of the game. He had no business being in the game." But if you're on the coach's seat and 5, like, "Yeah, man, like, this is my first game back. I gotta get my groove back." Like, I gotta get in this thing. Like, I'm gonna be the spark plug, and all of a sudden, you have a freak injury. You're not thinking, "No man is going out getting hurt." And for me, I think it's devastating, but just as a coach, man, you don't want to be in that position. So you as a head coach, the man who have to make that decision, at what point do you wave the flag either winning or losing?
I mean, in my eyes, I look at it like this: if we're in the game, right, and my quarterback has already been hurt 2 or 3 times this year, right? He's already missed multiple games. I think he's already with it. They've 7, 8 games. He's missed at least 3 or 4 of those games, right? So in this particular moment, it was the third quarter. It was the fourth. It was like we didn't
Fourth
really.
quarter.
It was the fourth quarter. I mean, we're down 4 touchdowns. Like I mean, at that point, it's just like be smart, live to see another day, and let's get out of here, right? In no way and form he was doing anything within that last few minutes of the game to be able to help them come back and win this football game, right? So for me as a head coach, it just doesn't make sense. Now, yeah, I'm sure you can get reps, you can get better. We're not gonna quit. We're not gonna tuck our tail. I'm here for all that stuff. But at the end of the day, if I want to be smart and I want to have a chance in prolonging my season, right, which is possibly making to the playoffs, I need my guy. I mean, you seen what Marcus Mariota's done. He's a pretty decent quarterback, but when he's in the game, he's not the dynamic duel that Jayden Daniels is. So for me, I just think we got to be a little more smarter, man. But like I said, man, praying for that guy. Hopefully, it's not a long injury. He can get back. Hopefully, there's no torn ligaments or whatever the case may be. And praying for a speedy recovery. Moving on.
Hold on before you move on. I said this weeks ago, right? And we
Mhm.
got a lot of feedback from this. At this point, are you shutting your quarterback down? Or you still trying to get him back in 4 or 5 weeks and make a run? Like, if you're
Yeah.
at what point you're 3-6, right?
Right.
So now at what point do you shut it down and say, all right, we're gonna get these other guys ready. So 5-17, and those
Yeah.
guys can come
I
back.
mean, if
Looking
if
forward to
if
next
we're
year.
if we're if we're gonna be honest, man, he didn't even have none of his weapons either. Like we're not gonna act like he had Scary Terry out there. I think Noah Brown is the other one he had, right? I mean,
Yeah.
none of these guys were playing for
He
him.
didn't
So
have Luke McCaffrey neither.
yeah, so to answer your question, we're 3-6 right now, right? If he's gonna go miss another 5 games, depending on what we do when he's gone for those games, I mean, if he comes back and we're at 500 and we have a shot to make it to the playoff, yeah, I'm gonna put my quarterback in there and get a playoff run. But if he comes back and we're 5-9 or 5-10, it doesn't make no sense to bring him back out there and blow another injury. I mean, at the end of the day, you got to understand this. He had a hell of a rookie season. This is his sophomore season. you know how you know what they say on the sophomore slumps. That's a real issue. If you go back to look at CJ Stroud, you know, he had a hell of a first year, and then he came back, he struggled his sophomore year. So I mean, I just think it contests to like defense. This is the NFL, it's the big man sport. You got your big man pants on. You gotta do everything you can week in and week out to be your best. And like you said, I mean, to wait that long in a game to say, oh, all of a sudden we gonna get stuff going. Why they didn't get stuff going earlier in the game? Like, why are they waiting to the past 4 minutes left of a fourth quarter to say, oh, we gotta, oh, we're gonna come back and we're gonna be the Denver Broncos like Bo Nixon come back in 31 point. No, we're not that. We're not the same team. But anyway, my point was we got some hot teams, and I just wanted to talk on it real quick, man. Specifically, man, Drake May, man, they gotta win, man. We're seeing something special down there in New England, man. I don't want to, put the marks out there and say Tom Brady because he's a far away from that. But early on in Tom Brady's career, what we're seeing, he got a lot of glimpse. I ain't not don't quote me again. I'm not saying he's Tom Brady. But in the early stages of Tom Brady's career and what the Patriots are, and I know Belichick's not there and it's a whole different culture, but what I'm starting to see out there, man, you got your boy. Let's talk about this. You got your boy Stefon Diggs. He got Cardi B sitting with Robert Kraft. Can we get some tea on that? Because I heard you had insight. They said you knew she was going to be up there sitting with Robert Kraft, my boy. And you know what? Stefon Diggs scored a touchdown, man. Talk to me, man. Did we know that?
We didn't know that. I didn't have any teeth, but to be able to put your old lady in the suite with Kraft, I think for Diggs, with all the experiences that he's had, Buffalo, Houston, like being moved around to all of a sudden find a home in New England this offseason to pair up with Drake May, and then for them to be playing at the level they're playing at. When you talk about May, May just as a quarterback, he has one of those hot takes. Like to me, I compare him to Baker Mayfield right now. I can't look back and say, "Oh, this was this guy at this stage," but right now he reminds me a lot of Baker Mayfield, and the team is playing for him. Like everybody surrounding him is taking their level of play up a notch, and he's spreading the ball around, which is awesome. Because normally you don't get a young player that's spreading the ball around to multiple receivers. It's like, okay, I got my guy Stefon Diggs, and I'm zooming it to him. But I think he's getting everybody involved. That defense has kind of stepped it up. I think from a leadership perspective, Vrabel came from under Belichick. So he know what was needed up there. And
Mhm.
he's instilling some confidence in those guys that they hadn't had. And all of a sudden that fan base, which has always been there and used to be a winner, when that fan base get behind you, it's like our fans coming out all of a sudden. Like all of a sudden, when you get that fan base behind you, you start playing for something. You start believing in yourself again. You start like, oh, okay, man, we're doing something special. And I think Drake May is actually doing something special along with his teammates. So they just got to keep that together. New England has always been built on defense and a quarterback that can go out and execute. Just so happened they had one of the best quarterbacks of all time in Brady. I'm not going to put May in that category, but what he's doing now, not turning the ball over, executing, getting the ball to the open man, taking his check downs, hitting his tight end, like he's playing the way that you would want any quarterback to play.
I agree, man. Kudos to that guy, man. Drake May, he's playing lights out football. It's a lot of good games. We can't talk about them all, but one in particular, real quick, before we move on to the next subject. We're gonna go down to Chicago, man. You got the Chicago Bears and the Cincinnati Bengals. Hey, man, the guy with the fingernail paint, man. You know my young guy, man. Hey, he had a heck of a pass, man, in that fourth quarter, man, to sprout his boy down the field and scored. I thought I was gonna be real. I thought Cincinnati had it in the bag, man. I don't know, Caleb Williams, man. They 5-3 right now, man. They got the dude, Ben Johnson is doing his thing down there, man. And I just that game was crazy. It was 41-42, and I thought it was sealed up. And I looked up, man, and my boy Caleb threw a strike over the middle and a tight end scored, and they was sick, man. Did you hear my boy Chase Chase remarks, Jamar Chase, when he when he walked to the locker room, he's like, "Man, all we need is one effing stop." And we couldn't get one effing stop, man. That was a hell of a game.
But going into that game, we knew Cincinnati defense was questionable. For Flacco to come in, I'm more excited of what Flacco did than I am with Williams. What Williams came in and did, he was the second pick of the draft. You finally put him with Coach Ben Johnson, who learned how to use him, use his strong suit, and he's spreading the ball around, and you surrounded him with weapons, and like he's making plays, which is exciting. But to me, I think what Flacco is doing, who was on the injury report all week, he was a game time decision to come out and you get T. Higgins and Jamar Chase stats back to where they should be as two of the top receivers in the NFL. You're spreading the ball around, you're getting the ball to all the guys, and then you're competing. Like you put Cincinnati as a team that you look at on the season. Once the quarterback went down, you were looking at Cincinnati like first 3, 4 games, Jamar Chase, shit, I was trying to trade him on fantasy. Now all of a sudden, you like with Flacco at the helm, 8
But
catches,
that's why they
T.
asking, is
Higgins.
Joe Burrow really that good, man? Because it shows. I mean, obviously, Joe Flacco is not the young Joe Flacco, but he's coming in there and he got T. Higgins and Jamar Chase going crazy right now.
So you keeping 41-year-old Joe Flacco, or you going back with Joe Burrow?
I mean, we
You're
three
on
and
the
we
clock,
we
coach. You
three
on
and
the clock.
five, bro. We 3 and 5, bro. Still talk about the same thing. That's my franchise quarterback. We 3 and 5. If he come back and we 5 and 10, I mean, for what? I'm gonna let Joe Flacco
Flacco.
finish it out. I'm gonna let him finish it out. But real quick, man, we on the clock. We moving on, man. I don't know if you got the memo. You see what how we always end up in the headlines and we on the bye week. Is it safe to say, please tell me that Howie Roseman is the GOAT, man? We just traded. When I say traded, we just traded for Jalen Phillips, a DN, and he saved our lives. Oh my God, we going back to the Super Bowl,
And where he from?
baby.
Where he from?
Miami Dolphins. What do you mean where he from? He a
Where is he
baller.
from?
First round pick.
From where?
Yee. Hey man, I just want to can I please hear it? Is he the GOAT? Is my boy Howie Roseman the GOAT? Because I got my Philly shit on for a reason.
How anyone trades any piece that's beneficial to the Eagles is crazy to me. It's almost like what Coach Tomlin said. How you trade Flacco within your division, and now he's playing at this level. So I'm kind of on my Mike Tomlin um thing right now. Like you let Jalen Phillips go to the Eagles. You just made the rich get richer. It's no way in hell I'm helping you out because you need an end. You got all the players. Once they come back, you're gonna be loaded. Your line, you're gonna have 6, 7 linemen again. Your boy just went back. He's gonna be in shape in about 3 or 4 weeks. So
Mm,
they're only gonna get better. They're gonna get healthier by the end of the month, and now they're gonna become a problem and start clicking prior to playoffs.
mm. Hey man, one thing I would say, the Dolphins are not in our conference or our division. They in the AFC, we in the NFC, and hey man, they not doing too well either. You see Tua talking about all types of other stuff about stands and other people coming into they stands. So hey, look, the topic is the topic, man. They not doing that, so they like, hey, we might as well get something for them while we can.
So let A Chain go. Get A Chain up out of there. Send A Chain out. It's plenty of teams that need a running back. Go and let Waddle go. Send Waddle out. Send Waddle to Pittsburgh.
Oh, just send your whole team out of there then, huh?
Yeah, you already tanking. You just
We'll
sent your
take
first round
Fitzpatrick.
pick
We'll take
3 years.
Fitzpatrick.
That's what I'm saying. I'm sure you would take Fitzpatrick. I'm sure you would take Fitzpatrick. Everybody would.
Yeah, you damn right, man. Hey, shout out to GOAT, man. My boy Hyatt Roseman, man. Hey, do you know anything about they not like us? They not like us. They said something about Kendrick and Drake, man. There's two teams called the Dodgers and the Toronto Blue Who? Man, get them little birds up out of here, man. Talk to us. Hey, man, I want to pop it, but I'm gonna let you go on and talk about this, man. Los Angeles Dodgers world champs again, back to back. First time in 25 years. Let's talk about that.
Hey, you deserve to pop it. Like you're a Dodgers fan. Everybody know you LA. So I'm a Dodgers fan, and the excitement that I get with the Dodgers winning is that pitching staff to for you to have Shohei, he's not your best pitcher, but he's probably the best player in MLB. Like he's really close to being one of the top 2, top 3 players of all time. And that's crazy because he still got a long future in him, barring injury. When you look at Mookie Betts, like when you look at Will Smith, when you look at Freddie Freeman, like these guys played team ball because you let 2 games slip away out in LA and then you go to Toronto and you win 2 games. Like, so I think that was spectacular for their manager. He's always been one of my favorites. Like, great job. good for the Dodgers, good for the organization, and then to go back to back. So that was huge. 25 years, as you said, hadn't happened since 2000. I think it was the Yankees, right?
Yeah, maybe like 2000 years. Yeah, 2000. I just wanna talk about this, man, cause I ain't gonna lie, I was in the bed, sleep. We was down, think it was like 4-3-0 or something, and then it came 3-1, and it was like 4-2, and then it was 4-3, and I was like, we couldn't get nothing going. Throughout that whole series, I ain't gonna lie, I just for some reason, I'm like, man, they the hotter team, man. They the better team, man. Shouts out Vladimir Guerrero Jr., man. That dude, man, even his dad, man, his dad was a baller, and for his son to go play for the same team, I mean, I just wanna say tips off and kudos to him, but, man, they were hot. They were a hell of a team, man. They gave us a tough battle, but it just shows, man, championship ball is championship ball, man. Not one time throughout that game. It was the ninth inning, out, 1 out, and we go get a home run. I mean, that was crazy, man, and then to
No,
go into overtime.
the more exciting play in that game was the throw to get the man out at home plate.
But he
Bec-
bull crapped. I played baseball, CP. He bull crap. It was bases loaded, and he hugging the base. You posted for one, the third baseman was not even close to the bag. He should have been off the bag. That play shouldn't have been close at all. Really, Toronto should be world champs. I'm gonna just be honest with you because I just seen a video and I seen it. I'm scoring on that. You right now, the D-Jack right now at 38 years old, you put me in that scenario, I promise you I'm scoring. It's over. So all I'm gonna say was that was a heck of a throw. He even bobbled the ball and still was able to throw him out. But for me, man, honestly, I was sleeping in bed. Me and my lady was about to knock out, dog, and I jumped up like, boy, like we won the Super Bowl or something, bro. I was juiced, I was turned up. Cause I was nervous, bro. I'm gonna be lying. I thought we was going home, and I thought I was like, man, we messed around. But at the end of the day, they not like us. They not like us. Hey, they not like us. Hey, LA in the building, man. We champs again, man. Shout out to my Dodgers, man. Man, let's talk about True Classic, man. True Classic is about one thing: clothes that look good and feel good. Hey, you know what? If you feel good, you play good. And that's why I'm one of one. Clearly, y'all all agree because True Classic has already sold millions. When I say millions, millions of shirts to millions of people. But that's not why I love True Classic. Shirts fit like they should, comfortable with no stuff fabric, tailor right, fit right. And it's just comfortable, man. One thing about True Classic, clothes are built to last forever. If you want to have that true confidence, that true swagger, man, get yourself some True Classic. Because True Classic, you can't go wrong. You can find True Classic on Amazon, Target, Costco, and Sam's Clubs. Or just head to trueclassic.com/house of action and try them out for yourself. Because I'm telling you, one on one sent you.
What's good, House of Action? Each and every week, we try to give you a story from our time, our playing career, whether it's about the beginning, the middle, or the end. So that's high school, college, professional, or maybe even the afterlife. This week, I want to take you to where it kind of all began. I know this is the time of year, it's early November. This is the time of year where guys in college football start to make the decision, hey, am I going pro? Can I go pro? Should I stay in school? This is a thought process where agents start to pop up and, hey, man, what are you thinking? Which way are you going? I know it's a different age with the NIL and being able to go Power Four and them searching after a lot of the kids. But for myself, this was the time of year, kind of, I think we had 4 games left, 4 or 5 games left. And I remember picking up the phone. I started thinking about it like, man, maybe I can leave this year. Um, and I picked up the phone and I called big bro. I called Edrin James. I said, Edge, man, like, what's up? Like, what's this process? And he said, CP, at this point, it's the last 5 games. The last 5 games is what matter. It's what teams are looking for. What you do in these last 5 games will determine if you should go pro. I said, all right. We hung up the phone. Last 5 games, I think I went crazy. Every game by halftime, I had 120 to 150. We blew out. I think all 5 games were top 10 schools, top 12 schools. So we played 5 consecutive games against top 10 schools or top 12 schools. Blew them all out. I was out of the game by halftime and just kind of going into that Rose Bowl. I knew, like, I had already, I was like, maybe this, yeah, about 85% of saying that I'm leaving. And I said, you know what? I'm not going to make the decision early. I'm not going to be predetermined. I have to allow myself to go out and play in this Rose Bowl. And if I win MVP of the Rose Bowl, then I'm out of here. And the Rose Bowl gets started. Big Dre, bomb, bomb, so we're off quick. And what people fail to realize is in that game, I had a screenplay that I went for 75 and a touchdown, and they called a flinch, like offsides, and they called it back. So I was kind of devastated, but I ended up going on breaking another big run, which was the cover for Sports Illustrated that I ended up breaking. So in that game, which we had co-MVPs in Ken Dorsey and Andre Johnson, I feel like if they wouldn't have called back my screen pass, then it would have been they would have had to figure out how to give all three of us some credit because I would have had two touchdowns and like 200 yards. But Big Dre, I just remember after the game, everybody was jumping up and high fiving, and we're gonna do this again next year. And Big Andre Johnson looked at me. He was like, "Yeah, boy, we're gonna win again next year." And I had this little smirk on my face, and he was like, "Boy, you leaving, huh?" Shit,
Already.
I had already called Williamson Cadillac. Already had car set up. Philip Buchanan called me on the phone. He said, "CP, man, what you gonna do?" I said, "What you gonna do?" He said, "If you stay, I'm staying. If you leave, I'm leaving." I said, "Well, meet me in Miami. Meet me at the U. Let's
Yeah.
go." So we leave, right? We go down to the U. I say, "Hey, man, come take me over here to the car dealership." Pull up at the car dealership. They bring the trucks around. Phil eyes light up. Say, "Boy, you got both of them trucks?" I say, "Nah, I ordered you one too." I had the white Escalade. He had the black one. We pulled off. Coach called us. Coach Coker called us. CP, hey, hold on. Hold on. What you doing? What you do? I said, "Coach, even if I wanted to come back, I can't come back." He said, "Well, have you talked to Buchanan? Because I know you guys run together." I looked out the window, say, "He can't come
He
back either."
can't come back.
He said, "Well, what about Big Dre?" I said, "Coach, we'll be the Dre house in about 10 minutes. You still got a chance. You can call him." He said, "Just tell me one more thing. Have you talked to Shockey?" I said, "Well, Shockey laying in the hour, and he heading over to Williamson too." So I just thought that would be a great story because no one
Yeah.
really had the insight of how this worked or how it goes. But I made that call beginning of November. We still had 5 games left. Edge just said, "What you do these 5 games will determine you getting your opportunity." Those last 5 games, I went out and ball. I got a second round grade, and my head coach, Coach Butch Davis, went out and drafted William Green, another running back from Boston College, in the first round, and I went second round. For 2 years, I played with an attitude of vengeance against every team that passed me over. So,
For sure.
just for the guys who thinking about leaving school, who got an opportunity to leave school, it's these last 5 games. Put it on the film. Let your film do the talking. Everything else, lock in, focus.
Man, that's a legendary story right there, man. Hey, man, I can only imagine Croker was like, "Damn, man, they gone." That's 3, 4 of my best dudes on the team, bruh.
Was out of there. And Dre, I kid you not, Andre Johnson was this close to
To going
leaving
back
with us
or to
because
leaving
we
with them.
came in together. All of us was 99. Me, Phil, Dre, Dorsey, like Shockey, all of us was the class of 99.
Yeah.
And Dre was this close from leaving. And we were about to take Dre to the school, and his mom pulled up. And she pulled up and she said, "Baby, just give me one more year. It's gonna be your time." He waited one more year, second pick in the draft, Hall of Famer, Houston, Texas.
For
So I
sure.
think Mama made the best decision of all time. But boy, he watched me and Phil pull off like, damn, boy, y'all leaving me? Like, please don't. Like, man, we out of here, Dre. It's too late. So it worked out for everybody, but just to be able to share that story, it's always been a story that's been close to me that I want to discuss. And now I shared it with the world. I shared it with House of Action. We outside, baby. We telling everything.
Hey, man, that's hard, man. That's hard, man. Hey, we gonna get into dope or whack, man. Our favorite songs, man, from the week, man. We gonna get into this, and Imma crack it off, man. I got a few questions for you this week, man. Dope or whack, man? Away fans taking over stadiums, man. You got Tua and Dart have both already commented and talk about, how their opponent teams actually came in and they had a better crowd, man. Is that dope or whack take? What do you got on that?
I think it's dope that for one, I think it's dope that away teams travel. Number two, I think the excitement in sports is no longer your city. Like your fan base has grown because we used to see regional games. So I grew up a Saints fan. I only used to see the Saints and Falcons on TV, and it was whoever they were playing that you got a chance to see, unless it was Sunday night or Monday night football. Other than that, it was the Saints and the Falcons, so I grew up a Saints fan. Now, everything you can watch everybody. So, you got fans everywhere. Every city you go to, you got fans. So therefore, for them to come in and take over your stadium, it means your crowd isn't supporting you the way that they should be because you all are not playing up to par. And that's what it boils down to. It comes down to us. If we're winning, then therefore our crowd will be there. If we're losing, our crowd is not. So I think it's dope that the away team get the support that they get and they come in traps and they plan to everywhere we go, especially if you're playing in Miami, Atlanta, New Orleans, LA, New York, you're gonna circle that game like this is a game I wanna go to.
Yeah, it's just certain man, playing in Philadelphia, there's just certain stadiums I feel like you can't just go in and out.
Philly and Kansas City,
Yeah,
you
you
can't do it.
ain't no
Seattle.
way. Yeah, ain't no way we the home team and anybody coming into Philadelphia taking over and making it their home field. So I feel like it's dope as well too, man. If it when I played in LA, man, a lot of teams we was playing, because LA was a new team and LA is Hollywood. People don't really care about football, even though they do. It was a lot of teams that came in there and that was their home field. So I feel like that's a dope take as well too. Let's talk about diss tracks, man. Diss tracks. Rappers name checking athletes. What do you think about that? Diss tracks.
I instantly go to Offset and, Stefon.
Yeah.
I think it's dope, and this is the reason I think it's dope. Not for the beef, but to point out who you're talking to. Like, for you to call out who you're talking to, if I got an issue with somebody, I want you to know that we got an issue. I don't want it to be fake love and I steal you one day or you steal me. Like, we know we have an issue. It's out there. It's not for everybody else, but I just like the fact that you address who you got the issue with. And, hopefully it don't go to violence. You done spoke your piece and they get to speak their piece and it is what it is. But to be able to say, hey man, this is my problem. This is why I have a problem. Address it.
Yeah, I feel that. Hey, if you got a problem, man. But the only thing about if you're not a rapper, you can't go make a diss track. So, for us athletes, how we gonna diss somebody? We gonna go on Twitter?
You got social media. It get
Man,
around.
our OGs tell us stay out there on social media. If you got a problem with nobody, don't be adding them.
Hey, well,
Catch them in
sparking.
traffic.
Sparking. Sparking. We at the
Sparking
same
mud, spark.
we at the same award shows, we at the same stadiums. Hey, Sparking. He coming on tour through your city, Sparking.
Yeah, I got you. I got you. Dope or whack, man. We're gonna talk about shoes, man. So for shoes, we got Crocs. Are you a big Croc guy? What you are you the one to put your Crocs in sport mode and be out there working out in your Crocs?
Hey, nah, I'm not putting no Crocs in sports mode. I used to like Crocs though. It was a comfort for me. I got to have on soft shoes, so I always normally walk around and slide. So Crocs was just that easy accessibility. Once I started wearing them, because in the beginning I hated them. When the kids start running around in sports mode, I hated them. And
Right.
then one day I just got comfortable with them. But now I'm past them.
Man, so I don't know, man. I like the Crocs, but I ain't really like too big on them, man. But I say it's dope. I say it's dope because at the end of the day, I love the comfortability as well too. Sometimes I don't want to have shoes on, so I'm gonna rock my Crocs, man. Let's talk about the New Balances, man. New Balance has been coming out with some nice shoes lately, man. As of lately, they've been putting out the new versions of like the working out shoes. Are you rocking the New Balances?
I'm gonna stick with Nike and Adidas.
Nike
I'm
and
gonna stick
Adidas. What
with
about the
Nike and
Asics?
Adidas.
Asics?
I never had Asics. I never had New Balances. Like maybe I should try them. But for me, my mom would never let me get anything besides Nikes growing up. Like I didn't have kids. I couldn't get K Swiss. I didn't have all I had was Nike. And then as an adult, when Adidas started popping and Reebok, like you got that. But that was just my decision once I got old enough. My mom only bought me Nike. So now, you get to the stage of New Balance and Asics. I look at them like, oh man, I'm cool, but I've never tried it on. So maybe if they reach out, sponsor, send me some on the
They
segment. Let me see
they
if I
might
can.
have to.
That'll be
They might
dope.
have to tell them, "Hey, man, New Balance, man, go on and send something in, man. Asics, I be rocking the Asics, man.
I'm
I got a pair
size
of New Balance
11.
too."
I'm a size 11, New Balance, Asics.
Let's get it on, man. Hey, this week we got Morgan State, man. We on the road, man. Morgan State. What's your take on this Morgan State defense, man? You know, you in the running back room, you got some dogs, but this defense is gonna be very tough, man. It's gonna be one of the toughest defense we faced all year. Talk to me a little bit of how you feeling your approach going into this week, man.
Definitely probably one of the tougher defenses that we face. They're active up front, their front seven in the trenches is a tough team to play against. So that's where the battle is going to be. It's going to be within the trenches. They know we want to run the ball, and we know they want to stop the run. So we're going to have to figure it out. Mono a mono, somebody going to break. We just have to look at it from the standpoint of every play not going to be huge and line back up and stay above the chains. We can't get in second and long or third and long against this team. We need to have forward progress on every play. So put ourselves in manageable third down situations, and hopefully we get some plays on the outside that kind of help us in the box. So it's going to be a tough game. We're going to their stadium again. Another team that this is going to be like their Super Bowl. They want to knock us off. They don't want to see us win the MEAC. So it's another opponent on our schedule. My backs will be ready.
Yeah, man, head down, chin up mentality, man. I feel like we got to go on the road. We got to be road warriors, man, and we got to continually go 1-0 every week. It's gonna be a great challenge, man. I'm excited. We play Friday on ESPNU. It's gonna be a lot of lights on us. Tune in, show up, show out. That's the mentality we always got. You know, like CP said, hopefully I could calm down, but I can't because I'm turned up because they feed off that energy. And I'm on that, man. Fly Eagles fly, man. We coming back this week, man, because you know his commanders can't really do too well. So I got to keep holding the torch. You know, we rocking out. You know, Coach Jack in his building, Delaware State, the hottest team,
Uh,
HBCU team. We popping all the popping and we talking all the talk, and that's how we feeling.
Hey, I'm gonna put some melatonin in your drink before the game. You gonna be
Ooh.
over there drinking Gatorade with melatonin in it. You're like,
You gonna
what?
have to send me to the hospital, dog. I don't do well with extra stuff I ain't used to. My body, I freak out. You gonna have to send me to the
Melatonin ain't
hospital.
no
You don't do
extra
that.
stuff. That's just you gonna be over there batting your eyes like this. Boy, I'm tired. I'm getting really sleepy.
Nah, man, but shout out, man. House of Action, man. Hey, like, follow, subscribe, man. Tune in. Let us know what you want to hear, man. Next week, it's my story time. ACP had that was a legendary story right there, man. It was great to hear, man. Cause you know, next week I might talk about my entry into the NFL, man. When I left as a junior, man. You never know what you're gonna hear, man. Stay tuned, man. House of Action, we out of here, man.
We pull up with action, yeah, we make 'em all believe.